welcome to Appel's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a very simple bean and rice bowl. This is a very healthy meal, it's easy to make, and you can really kind of dress it up with whatever you have going on in your fridge. So, today I'm going to be using rice, measuring cup. I've got this lovely can of black beans here, some cherry tomatoes. I have some grated cheese. I have some rando olives that I found in my fridge. Some cilantro, more on that later. I have a little lime wedge. That's gonna be an exciting moment. And then I have some sour cream. Okay, the first thing I wanna do is get my rice going, okay? So very easy stuff. First thing I'm gonna do is take my dry rice and I'm gonna measure it, okay? I'm gonna pour it into my measuring cup and take a little look. This is not the official way of doing it. Okay, I'm gonna add just a tiny bit more. Okay, so I've got a cup of rice. Anytime you're making rice, the ratio is always 1 to 2. 1 cup of rice, 2 cups water. 2 cups of rice, 4 cups water, okay? And so I have this little guy to rinse my rice. So important to rinse your rice. And so I'm gonna be using this. If you don't have this, you can just use the pot that you're gonna be making your rice in, and then you wanna very, sneakily use the lid to drain out the water and not let the rice grains escape. So it's important to rinse your rice. Don't skip this step. I wanna say I spent about the first 23 years of my life not rinsing my rice. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I was doing that, but it affects the flavor. It makes it all like starchy and honestly kind of grimy to not rinse your rice. So you want to rinse it real good, and then you are going to put it in your pot. And then you want to measure your water. What was that ratio again? 1 to 2. So I have 1 cup of rice, so I'm using 2 cups of water in my rice. So I put my rinsed rice in there, and then I just put the water right in there with it, okay? Put your rice on the pot, put the lid on, get some salt in there, get some butter in there, and crank it up because we want this baby to boil. So while my rice is getting up and running, I'm going to get my beans crack-a-lackin' as well. So can't stress enough the value of beans in the time of COVID. So these are black beans, one of my faves. So all I do is open this can, and then I'm just gonna kind of dump this whole thing in my pot and turn it on like kind of, medium, right? And once again, a little salt, never hurt anybody, okay? So, oops. I want to throw a little salt in there, give it a little stir, okay? And I'm gonna keep an eye on her as she heats up, okay? But really just let it slowly come to a simmer. Okay, so my rice is just about boiling. So what I'm gonna do now is I see little bubbles popping up, and so I know that it's time to turn this rice down because we don't want her to burn, all right? So what I do next is I turn it to pretty low, right? So kind of just a low simmer, and then we want to do a partial cover, okay? So we have some steam coming out, but not all. I don't know why. This is just the way I do it, and my rice is perfect every time, okay? So, she's just whispering to us as we're talking. My rice, as you can see, come on over here. My rice, as you can see, is done. She's all cooked. So I'm just gonna turn it off and let it air out for a moment, okay? My beans, they got really hot, so I turned them down to low, low, low just to keep them going. You can really cook beans like, I don't know, you can cook them in 5 minutes from a can. As long as they're warm, I think you're good. But also, what's the harm in letting them just like simmer a little longer? The flavors will just meld together. They'll get nice and salty. They're great. So, you know, the main thing is don't burn them. So at the end, I also like to add a little bit of butter to my beans. There's just nothing better than kind of a salty, buttery bean. Woo, we're looking good. Okay, so right now, my beans, my rice, they're hot, hot, hot. And so I'm gonna put my cheese kind of over here so it has like a little moment to melt, okay? And then I'm gonna kind of toss my other components in here. Oh my God, she looks good. Come in here, get a final shot of this beautiful bean and rice bowl. So I really encourage all of you amazing young home chefs to make this dish for yourself, and remember that you don't need the same assortment of things that I have, okay? Whatever's in your kitchen should work. Do you have an onion? Maybe saute it in a little pan. A little carrot, maybe saute that in the pan as well, okay? Some greens of any kind you could throw in there. Really, any vegetables you have, you can find a way to make them work in your bean and rice bowl, okay? Yeah, that's it. Enjoy.